coming to the third topic, the third collection type that we have is the dictionary. And you use the dictionary. First of all, we have seen two types. In the first one, there was a very much focus on the index, zero-based index. In the second one, there was no index at all. So what if the case is in between somewhat? Like you do need an indexing system, but you do need your own indexing system, like starting from ABC or starting from 1, 2, 3, or just like that. So in that particular case, we have the dictionary. So here is our dictionary. It's an empty file. I know that it's not a dictionary, but yes, we do have a dictionary. Okay. So dictionary stores the association between the keys of the same type and the values of the same type in the collection, but in no particular order. If you need to access a value, you just point out to its key, and it can be anything. It can be string, it can be integer string, it can be string integer, or just like that, anything out there. So this is how you define your array. You can define your dictionary out there. So let's just create a dictionary, and again, all the things remain same, just like the var, let, and everything out there. So let's just call it as my dicto or my dictionary. So there we go, my dictionary. And if you want to assign a value to it, or you just want to declare an empty dictionary, you follow the same syntax that we have been following, a square bracket and pair of parentheses. But here, instead of just writing one element, we have to write two. So let's just say there is one integer, and separated by a semicolon, the another one is gonna be string. So there we go. Now we can see that there is a colon here, and this colon denotes that there is a left hand side value, there is a right hand side value. The left hand side is the key and the right hand side is a value. So it's association between the key and value, and you can add more values to it. Let's just say, for example, I do have my dictionary, and the first value is the key, that's an integer. So it can be anything, like say for example, I just want to start my dictionary with the 5, not with the 0 or 1 index. So I can do so, and I can assign any value to it as well. So let's just say this is value of some kind. Let's just say anything. So now my dictionary is having a value, and it can be accessed using this 5. This is the key for it. So this is how you access it. And now if you'll check, if my dictionary is empty, it's not empty because it's having one value here. So that's a one way of adding the things, but you will be using somewhat like this, and you will be adding things like here. So for example, let's just say have my planets. You might be thinking this guy is crazy for the planets, and little bit. Okay, so let's just have it again, these guys, and it's gonna be a string colon string. So there we go. And if I do want to assign a value, it's pretty simple. I use a pair of square brackets, and then inside that I put comma separated value of a set of key value pairs. So for example, let's just say I call this as 1, as this is a string again, and separated by colon, the another value is also gonna be like this, and it should be, this is the one value. Now this is gonna be a second value. So what I can have here is again these guys and these guys. So let's just say we have 3 here, and here we can have earth here, and let's just say one more. Let's just add one more. There we go. And I would say not like that, just like that, and we have, there we go. Okay, so now it's complete, it's perfect, it's having a 3 value, and it's a dictionary. And again, if you'll try to just look through it or access to it, there is no particular order to access this, because indexing system is being defined by us. So if you need to access any particular value, you just have to say that which value you want to access. Yes, the things like count and everything do work exactly the same. So if I just check my planets dot count, oops, there we go, count works just like fine, and the access like is empty, again it works. Let me just wait for a couple of seconds because it's a running dictionary. You can see it says 3 and false. So all things does work really good. And let's say I want to access any value inside it. I can access it using or pointing out to the keys. For example, my planet and I do want to access one particular value. So let's just have this guys and this guys, and let's just say I just want to access the 9. So it just says there is a Pluto at the 9, and in case there is something like 4 which is not present, it's just gonna give us the nil, whether it's written correct cases or not. But again, notice one more interesting thing here that says 9 and it says nil, because it just checks very strictly for it, so it should be exactly the same. So this is the thing that I wanted to point out. And in case you do want to add something here, let's just say, for example, let's just say 4 that I want to add. Now I can access or assign a value to it using this method, and I can say, let's just call it as Mars. And then if I try to access my planet, it gets me access of all the values including the Mars. Now we are not sure at which place the value is going to be there, because the method of sorting the things is not at all value out here. Okay, so this is the one thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is pretty easy and pretty simple. And in case, let's just say we want to remove one element, let's just say 9, we want to remove the one element out there. So there is a good method to do so. Again, you need to access every element with the key. There is no other option to remove or add things, and you just assign a nil value out there. There we go. Now if I access my planet, I'm expecting to get rid of the Pluto. Let's wait for a second, and there we go. We cannot see actually the Pluto. And finally, we would like to iterate over the dictionary as well. So I would like to comment this out so that we actually still have the Pluto. I'd like to iterate over the Pluto, and let's just say we use a for loop, and again a pair of parentheses, because I do want to access the key and the value as well. You can write anything here, but I like the key and value concept. And it's gonna be my planet, and the code is gonna be simple. It's gonna say something like this, and it's gonna say the key is colon, and there we go, and we can access key here. There we go, and value is, there we go, and now we are gonna access the value. It looks simple. It is simple, and we can see it says the key is 3 and the value is Earth. The key is 9. So in no particular order, they're gonna just display the result out there. It's pretty easy, pretty common, and you'll see this quite a lot. And we do have a couple of more methods out there, and we can even create new instances out there using the .key methods or .values methods. And in fact, let me just show you one more thing. For example, we have methods like .keys, and it will give us all the keys that are present out there, myplanet.keys. And we can see it gives us a lazy map dictionary. It's not at all readable right now, that's why I don't want it to show you out there. But yes, it gives us the value of all the keys out there. We can see the tree and all of that. Right now, again, it's not actually understandable at this point of time, but when we will be designing the apps using these methods, it will become much more clear. Right now, all the things that you need to be aware about is there is a dictionary. This is how you access it. All the methods like count, is empty, works on it. This is how you add the values or remove the values from it. And finally, this is how we iterate over a dictionary. And that's pretty much all about the dictionary.